Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Building a Nation with Team Canada. And today we continue on with the 2020 Summer Olympics. Under 23 team looking good, looking strong after our first game victory over Japan 2-0. We're down here in Group C. And as you can see, we are on top, tied with Italy at 3 points. Both of us have a win, a +2 goal differential. So things are looking pretty good. Take a look at the scores from last week. Some interesting results here. USA beat Croatia 2-0. That's a big result. Germany beat Brazil 2-0. Did I say Brazil? USA beat Croatia 2-0? Yeah, I think that's what I said. Anyway, Germany beat Brazil 2-0. A lot of 2-0 scores going on here. Iran beat Morocco 2-0. That seems like a bit of an upset to me. Canada 2-0 over Japan. Italy 3-1 over New Zealand. So New Zealand did manage to score a goal against Italy. Argentina 3-0 over France. That seems like a huge game. You'd think France would be one of the favorites of this tournament, but I guess not. And then Ivory Coast over China, another big game. So a lot of interesting results here. So maybe some underdogs winning some games, especially when you look at USA up on top of their group. And it looks like they've already won their second game as well. Take a look at today's results. 1-1 draw with Egypt. Okay. So they've got 4 points in their group. I see how that works. 1 point for a draw, 3 points for a win. Yes, I knew that. I just didn't look. I looked here. I didn't look all the way over here to see the point total. Anyway, USA on top of their group, but they have left a little breathing room for Egypt. Egypt could catch up in the next couple of games. Meanwhile, Germany and Iran leading Group B with Brazil. A little bit of work to do. Italy, Canada in Group C. Group D, Argentina and Ivory Coast. France at the bottom of the group with a -3 goal differential. Shocking, really shocking for France to be that poor. But hey, they've still got a couple of games to make things up. So today's game for Canada versus New Zealand under 23s. Take a look at New Zealand. Let's do a little overview. The All Whites, that's an interesting name for their team, to go along with the All Blacks, the rugby team. Anyway, 110th in the world. Not looking so hot. But, at the youth level, things can be different. They could have a pretty good youth team. Their head coach, Fritz Schmidt, interesting name, Swiss head coach. He looks pretty good. Man management. His motivating's a little low. So these young players are going to have to be self-starters, or he's going to have a good set of assistants to motivate the club. But he's a pretty decent coach. I wouldn't say he's like a world beater. He seems to me to be a little bit of a better scout than a coach. But who am I to judge, I suppose. He's been assistant coach at Austria for many years, a couple years. And then he took a lot of years off. That's the problem. So between being the assistant coach of Austria and the head coach of New Zealand, 5 years off. See what he learned in those 5 years. Their captain, Winston Reid. Well, we don't know if any of these guys are going to play in the under-23s. So let's go back and take a look. Their roster. We don't know anything about these guys, unfortunately. They got a couple of yellow cards. We got some guys who are wanted on transfer, but our scouts have not been able to scout these guys. So we're out of luck, unfortunately. Let's see. We are playing at Yokohama Stadium. 41,000 sold out of 72,000 capacity. So it's a monstrous stadium. As I mentioned earlier, we are being moved around the country a little bit. 75 and sunny, though, so it should be good, although it did break out raining last game, sort of in the middle of the game. But there's not much else to go on. So let's get to the kickoff. Let's go. Team selection. I haven't messed with the team. I haven't done anything here. So I think what we're going to do is going to bring in Chonier for Osario. Bring in Baloo for David. We've only got one reserve fullback, but we got two fullbacks who are a little bit tired. So do we take out Guillard or Cabra? I think we said we were going to take out Cabra, so we'll do that. And then Okello for Norman. Get that yellow card out of there. And then we got Cornelius on the bench as well. We'll switch him out for Romeo. And that's pretty much everybody except for Shamit Shom. We don't necessarily need to change anybody else out, though. So, let's go. Submit the team. Quite a few changes against New Zealand, but theoretically they should be a weaker team. And honestly, our reserves aren't much of a different level than our starters. So I think we're pretty good. So they've got Wood in goal. He's got a picture and everything. Look at that guy. Crump. Seems like a 5.9 rating. Nearly suspended. Not so good for Crump. Boxall. Nico Boxall, 6.4 rating. Again, didn't play so good in the first game. Winston Reed, 6.5. Lewis at defensive midfielder. Got a goal. Got a goal in the first game. Singh, 6.2. Another Crump. They got lots of Crumps on this team. He did not play last game. Built off the bench, 6.5 rating. So they did not have a good game. And then Captain Chris Wood, 1 appearance, no goals. So not so good. Meanwhile, we're going to stick with Borgen in goal. Ahmed, Cornelius, Jaguar, Guillard, Okello, Frazier, Brim, Chonier, Tabla, and Hundle. So, I looked at Hundle, and look at his international goals. 10 goals in Olympic qualifying, 2 goals in the Olympic Games, and then add on another goal just for fun in the North American Nations League. So that's 13 goals in 5 appearances. I'd say that's pretty good. Pretty darn good. Let's get to the dressing room. Pep talk. Go out there and carry straight on from the last match. Opposition instructions. They're going with more of a familiar lineup. We don't need to tightly mark their defensive midfielder, but we will press him. Everybody else is fine. All right. Let's go. Look at that stadium. Triple decker. That's crazy. Crazy big. All right. So theoretically, we should have a pretty significant advantage over these guys as long as we play our game. Here's Brim trying to send one into Hundle. Can't do it. First highlight ends with a whimper. All right, Cornelius starts the attack, gets it to Chonier. Baloo looking forward to Hundle. His shot deflected. Brim picks it up. Gets it back. Okello out wide for Ahmed. That was definitely a missed time. 2 substitutes in there trying to connect. Didn't work. These guys should be mostly match sharp, so they shouldn't be making those kind of mistakes. So we'll make a shout and concentrate. Ahmed sends one across to Frazier. It's headed out by the defense. But Bro takes a shot, and Bro scores. What was that? It looked like the ball just phased through like 3 defenders. We got to watch this again. I mean, this is not what you expect from your fullback. He's just hanging out up here. And then he just takes a touch and bangs it. I don't think the keeper saw that one through the traffic. And suddenly, like a lightning bolt, we're up 1-0. 8 minutes in. Here's another throw in, far side. Brim gets it to Ahmed. Akello, Chonier. Across to Bro. Is he going to try another worldie? No, he sends it back to Chonier. He loses it. But Canada tries to keep up the pressure, and now here comes the counterattack from New Zealand. No, it's stolen. Hundle looked tremendously offsides, and he was. Yeah, that was, good try to go and get that ball, but, yeah, it was pretty obvious. He was way offside. I don't know what he was doing dilly-dallying back there, but he cost the team. Here's Chonier. Free kick, near side, sends one in. Okello. His header goes wide. We're getting so close on some of these set pieces. New Zealand, 60% of the possession. Pretty even game otherwise. 3 shots apiece, but we got the 1 goal. Here's New Zealand. Lee sends one in, headed out. Singh tries to send it in, but it's blocked, and Chonier has it. Borjan. Our defense is tight. Our defense is playing well. So far, we're not letting too many shots in on target. That was not great. We are just giving away possession, though. It's a strange mix. You know, we're pressing. We've had a fair amount of shots, but they've all come from long range. That's fine. I mean, our 1 goal just came from a worldie from long range, so we might as well keep it up. Lee's getting too much space. That's fine. Here we go. Canada on the attack across midfield. Brim takes it inside, switches field to Baloo. Baloo. Okay. Okay. You've convinced me. We'll work the ball in the box. After that little show and tell, we shall change things up a bit and say, style it back a bit, boys. Here we go. 33 minutes. Bro. His throw-in is intercepted, but Frazier recovers. Okello gets it out wide to Brim. Brim, double covered. His cross, though, completes to Hundle. Ooh, the defense is lucky there that they got in the way of Hundle, the goal-scoring machine. Jaguar stops things temporarily at midfield, and the highlight ends, but another highlight right on the back of that. 35 minutes. Cornelius to Brim. We should have our changes in there now, so we should be doing a little bit better in terms of possession, but Okello bombs it forward to Ahmed, who's way on the overlap. I don't know how he got so far up the field. Is he on attack or something? Gotta take a look at that as soon as this highlight is over. Frazier to Baloo. Got lots of space out here. His cross is deflected. Frazier to Hundle. We want him to get the shot. Come on, Hundle. I mean, that's where we want the ball. But he missed the shot. All right. So Ahmed is he's just roaming. That's all. He's up to 2.5 stars now. He's been training well this second half of the season. You look at him. He's just getting better and better. Up to 10 marking now, 11 tackling, 8 long shooting. So he's got some interesting skills. 10 passing. You know, still only 17 years old. Getting better by the day. All right, 40 minutes. Here's a highlight for New Zealand. Can they tie it up before half? Built to Singh. Sends one in. Ahmed is there on the backside. Good defense. So even though he's roaming forward, he still manages to take care of his defensive responsibility. Baloo, they just are giving him all kinds of space on this near side. He sends one forward for Hundle on the run. Sean Hundle. Oh, great stop by Wood. It's not easy to stop Sean Hundle. Here's Chonier. Free kick, foul of some sort. Cornelius, looks like he's getting called. Wood pushed by Cornelius. Get out. So it looks like we're going to go into half 1-0. Coming up on stoppage time, if there is any. Is there like a minimum 2 minutes? Minimum 1 minute, perhaps? Anyway. Minute to go. Either way, whether it's the minimum or whether they just added it, because I don't think we had much in the way of stoppage. No substitutes, no injuries. So just, you know, server maintenance, I guess. I don't know. Interesting first half. New Zealand, 58% of the possession. Only 6 shots, 1 on target. Canada with 10 fouls, a bit much for an Olympic Games. 8 shots, though. That's pretty decent. 2 on target. Could do a little better than that. Okello's been impressive at breaking into the final third. He's won and lost possession more than any other player. Poor shot-to-touch ratio in the penalty area. So we need more shots in the penalty area. But I don't know how to say that to the team. How do you convey that? Pleased with how things are going, keep it up. How about that? Is that how you convey that? Maybe. Let's go. Let's go second half. New Zealand's made a substitution. They took Built off. Brought in Crump, perhaps. Lee trying to get forward. He is defended there. No problem. Our defense is still pretty strong. I think that's a surprising strength of this team. Has been our defense. You'd think it would be our offense with those young attackers that we've got. Here we go. 51 minutes. Brim with the throw-in. Ahmed drops it back. Cornelius to Okello. Frazier gets it forward. Good passing. Crisp passing. Okello looking. Back to Chonier. He is tackled, but Hundle recovers. Let's get it out wide. There we go. Bro on the overlap. He's got plenty of space to make a cross, and he doesn't send it in early enough. He lets the defense close on him. Here he is now. Centers to Okello with the shot. Wood is forced to make a save on that sort of curve ball. And Chonier is going to try to capitalize with a corner on the far side. Crump heads it out, but Baloo gets it. Jaguar looking to drop it off, and he does to Okello, who loses possession. And here comes New Zealand. No, not on the counterattack. Look at that, we got 100% of our tackles won. That's pretty good. I'll take that. So Guillard is our most tired boy, but he's also our best boy right now. Here's Baloo, free kick. Can't get it on target. 8.2 rating for Guillard with a goal. Hundle not playing well. Should we take Hundle out? How about that? What sort of message would that send? He is motivated, though. Brim's a little tired. I mean, we do have David on the bench, and David can go on any of those 3 positions. He can go striker, left, or right. So I think we might actually bring him in for Brim. He's only at 85%. We'll give him a couple more minutes. Fullback, though, Guillard is also looking. We'll give both these guys a couple more minutes in there. You know, a little bit more on the pitch isn't going to kill him. Down to 68%. Brim at 70. Clock is rolling here. Throw in. Brim on the near side. Intercepted, but he gets it back. Sends it across to Baloo. Baloo with the shot. Wide. So we'll wait for 70-minute mark, and then we'll make our subs. All right, here we go. So we're going to move Ahmed over to right back. And then bring in Cabra. Then we will bring in David on the left-hand side, and we shall send him on the attack, I think. Because you know Ahmed's going to be getting forward. So we might as well send David inside forward on the attack. Try to get a second goal here. That would be wunderbar. Let's go. So now we have David and Hundel hunting for goals. But so far, nothing is happening. We have, look at that, we've gone up to 51% possession. 77% of our passes. 18 fouls is a bit much, but we got no yellow cards, so got no problems. "83 minutes, something's happening. We're waiting for the next highlight here from Yokohama Stadium. 16 shots, 6 on target. Here we go. Wood sends a goal kick down the center of the field. We misplay it, but Chonier comes back on defense. Wins the ball to Cornelius. Gets it to David on the near side. He's got some room across midfield using that acceleration. Tries to get it forward for Hundel, but the defense was waiting for that one, and now here comes New Zealand on the counterattack. Back across midfield. Rogerson looking to get it forward to Wood. Looking to get it outside, but Ahmed is there on the right-hand side. And the highlight continues. We got a mega highlight here. Back and forth we go. Baloo sends it forward for Hundel on the run. The first run out of the game. Hundel scores. It wouldn't be an international competition without Sean Hundel scoring a goal. Game doesn't start until Hundel scores. Just waiting on that back line. Nice ball forward for from Baloo. And Hundel just knocks the defender backwards about 5 feet and scores a nice cross shot to the far post. There we go. We got our 2-0 cushion. That might secure qualification for us. Especially if Japan loses to Italy, that will pretty much guarantee. And it'll be just a matter of do we win the group or come in second. So here we go. 3 minutes of stoppage time is up. This should be the final highlight. David just messing around. Out wide to Cabra. Kello should be blowing the whistle any second now. Any second now. Cabra messing around with it. Frazier. He's got Chonier if he wants. Nope. Back out wide to Cabra. Yeah, that's going to do it. Blow the whistle. Come on. There we go. I must admit, I thought this was going to be a draw. This guy from Planet Football, he loves to predict draws, but we're not about that life. Not when we got Sean Hundel on the field. 88-minute goal. Jaguar got a yellow card there late in the game. But surprisingly, 20 fouls, only 1 yellow card. So we fouled, very judiciously, I suppose. 19 shots, 20 fouls. I don't know about that. But we did end with 52% possession, so I'll take it, basically. Who got player of the match? I assume Giard? Yeah, Giard. 8.3 rating and a goal. That's really good for a fullback. He had that, monster of a goal. Banged it in from 30 yards. Pep talk. Good win, boys. Well done. Let's go. End pep talk. Yeah. All right. So far, we're cruising. So far, we are definitely making a mockery of this group stage. Told you, I thought we had a pretty decent chance of moving on from this group stage, just looking at it. Let's see. Guillard, it was stellar. Canada score an easy victory. Yeah. Ultimately unsuccessful New Zealand team. Okay, I don't know what that means. Ultimately unsuccessful team. Is that like a commentary on their entire existence? They will be ultimately unsuccessful? I don't know. Or was he just talking about that one game? Canada qualifies for the quarterfinals. Take a look at the competitions, Olympics. So, Italy drew with Japan, but that's good enough. Kept Japan off the scoreboard. They, kept them from getting the 3 points they would have needed to be able to catch one of us, either Italy or Canada. Well, now they can still catch Italy with a win and an Italian. If Italy loses against us, Japan could sneak into the next round. That might actually be the best possible result for us. If we could sneak Japan into the next round over Italy, that's one less top team to have to deal with. So, that's something to think about. I mean, not that we were going to, rest ourselves against Italy anyway, although we could, considering the quarterfinals is 2 days away. So it's a question of, do we want to play the percentages, rest our top players against Italy, or do we want to, play all out? Get a feeling for playing against a top team. I don't know. I mean, if they drew against Japan, how good could it be? Valencia has offered us a job, apparently. France actually offered a job and said, hey, do you want to coach France in the European qualifying? And, ordinarily, I think you would probably say yes to that job. But we are Team Canada through and through, so we're not going to take any of these jobs. We're just going to end it here. Come back next episode with Italy. Correct? Yeah. We were going to look at something. I was going to look at something. What was I going to look at? I was going to look at the groups. Going to look at, no, I don't know. I don't know what I was going to look at. So we're going to end it here and come back next time and figure it out. So until then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.